Yo, what's up guys, TheInsaneGamefreak here to bring you another discussion that I could say touches on anime, and I can also say it touches on games, and then I could just, say fuck it, and just say it touches on media, period. Any type of media. Because if you couldn't tell about the title, this is essentially physical versus digital. Now, what physical versus digital really is in this particular discussion is, would you rather have a physical copy or digital copy? And it kind of goes into the pros and cons of each. Now, because of the internet, and because of how popular it's gotten, because of websites like fucking Netflix and, Amazon and whatnot, there's a lot of shit that's in iTunes, actually. A lot of shit's being streamed. And it's getting to the point where older shit isn't being released in physical form, just like how on the DS and on the PSP you can download older games from previous systems. And it kind of goes into that, and also on the other hand, you have anime that's being streamed on sites like Crunchyroll, the Anime Network, or just illegal streaming sites. Even if that, fuck, even books. It's going from books to ebooks. Here's my thing. My question to you is: do you prefer physical copies and digital copies? Now, before you give me the answer, don't give me the answer now. You probably have an answer before and after, but here's my pros and cons for each. The pros of digital is that it saves a lot of money, a lot of bullshit money. And let me explain what bullshit money is. If you take everything that we do physical and put it into a digital format in terms of movies, DVDs, video games, books, you save a whole bunch of production costs on that alone. I mean, you don't have to manufacture the CDs and put the shit on the CDs. Design the cover art, the fucking, build the bindings for the books, make the cases for the DVDs, make the cases for the Blu-ray DVDs, make these collector's editions and shit, make the box sets and all the other shit. You save an ass amount of money just having it online. That's one of the biggest pros of digital. Honestly, that's really the main pro of digital, because digital and physical is essentially the same. And a lot of people believe that in the future, digital will take over. And the main reason why I'm pretty sure it will, but not until the older generations who like physical shit die out. Because my generation, I know people in my generation who can't stand having digital shit. Like, I am not a huge fan of digital shit for the most part. I still want to have a physical copy of shit in my hand. And you're probably wondering, well, what's the pros of physical? Really, in retrospect, in terms of physical, the thing against digital is that it would take away jobs in some sense. Because people have jobs in manufacturing companies, and their job is to build these, cases and DVDs and shit. Or, fuck, this would put out a lot of other places like fucking libraries and goddamn bookstores. I mean, we just saw Borders go down. It's essentially like that. If you don't, you have to hop on the digital age. That's something that's going to happen. Because I do believe eventually everything will be digital. The backlash is the jobs. Because there are a lot of people who work. A lot of people, their job is doing this shit. It's, building these cases and covers and shit and these books. And, digital distribution is actually more effective. And it's one of those things that, honestly, it is a better idea to go digital. I'm not going to sit here and say digital wouldn't work better for this type of media. But there's a portion of the human, of people in generations who just don't want to have digital copies. Because one of the things about having digital shit is that it's hard to be proud of something that you can't physically own in your hand. It's like saying you have a digital daughter. What the fuck does that even mean? People like shit they can hold. People like shit they can, look at and not have to not need electricity to use. And that's the only disadvantage, because essentially when everything starts moving to digital and the older generations who like physical shit die out and it just becomes all fucking digital, we're going to be depending way too much on electricity. And because of that, there's going to be a huge backlash every time a power outage, because people's lives will have been destroyed. I mean, most people's lives are being fucked up by the internet now, like with the PSN thing, and people getting hacked and shit. People's lives are becoming a part of the internet. There's no way not to say that. It's like you hop on the train, but it's a dangerous fucking train. That's the best way I could put it. It's a dangerous fucking train. This is my issue with digital media. It's not like digital media isn't good, but when everything moves over, your life becomes the internet. And the thing about physical copies is that at least with physical shit, your life is something tangible. Shit you can hold on to. Shit you can guard and protect and shit. Not shit that as long as you know how to hack a fucking computer, you have access to. To me, that's just ridiculous. You can hack the shit out of anything. Like, eventually, if a hacker wanted to, you can hack entire bank accounts and shit. I'm about a midway with it. Like, I don't mind doing digital shit. I mean, I have an iTunes account. I, get shit off of online sites like Amazon and write stuff. I don't really fuck with eBay anymore because it's... Fuck eBay. Or Craigslist, for that matter. But you get my point. The pros of digital is the less costly it is. But if it was so much of a pro, then why isn't everything on digital? Two reasons. For one, half of the people like their physical copies. You have the old school people who just don't... you have the old school people who don't trust the internet because it's the internet. Like, the older generations, like people in their 40s, who may casually fuck with the internet, but don't really trust it that much, and still like their physical shit. Some of the newer generations like that too. Like me personally, I don't want to fucking have a digital copy of a game unless I have to. I would prefer a physical copy. Like when it comes to ask yourself this question: anything you plan to buy in the future that you use towards an electronic device, like let's say you're buying Batman Arkham City in October. I think it comes out in October. Would you rather have a physical copy or a digital? I kind of want the physical. And plus that, I think the main reason why physical is even still around is for two reasons. Because you have people who don't want to fuck with that. And two, people will lose jobs. There's a lot of people's jobs that are in pointless shit. And we're not in the financial state as a country to get away with just dropping a whole bunch of jobs. Because that's essentially what we be doing. We be dropping like an ass amount of jobs for companies that, pride themselves on making this kind of shit. But you can kind of see it slowly still eating at it anyway. You have shit like Redbox and shit that kill blockbusters. You have ebooks, the iPad, the Kindle, whatever, that's killing the bookshops. And, the games are, half of them are online now. Actually, all the older games from, it's been a while, since 2007, 2006. No, Xbox came out in 2005, I believe. So ever since, the Xbox, Wii, PS3 generations, everything's been just dialed back. Everything's been dialed back. Everything has been, e-shopped, pretty much. That's the best way to put it. And I understand the helpfulness of having online shit, but it takes away kind of the novelty to me. I guess that's the best way to put it. It's like I like holding my games. I like reading my manga. It's like, yeah, I could go online and read, alright, look, there's a whole bunch of you guys that every fucking Wednesday you get on Manga Stream and you look at Naruto, Bleach, One Piece Reborn, Fairy Tail, Toriko, Berserk, Hajime no Ippo, whatever. Do you want to do that? It depends. There are people who prefer the digital. But me personally, I don't want to read all my One Piece chapters like that. I don't want to read my Naruto chapters like that. That's why I buy the fucking volumes. One of the reasons. It's not, the reasoning behind some of the shit I do, and I'm just going to go into this real quick, because I know, the sustained industry stuff kind of throws people off, and it's like, oh, you're just doing this for the industry. No, fuck it, no. There's other reasons why I want this shit. Like, for One Piece example, I don't want to just read my shit online. I think J-Man's the same way. And I have a lot of friends who are like that, who don't want to read their books or manga or whatever online. Most of them prefer reading it in their hand. There's a certain novelty to it. And if you're into digital, you're not really going to get the novelty of it. You're going to be like, what the fuck is that? It's kind of hard to explain. And I mean, it goes back to the question: what are your guys' opinion on this? Do you prefer your digital copies or your physical shit? And how do you feel about how in the future it eventually will become digital? I do believe eventually it will become digital. The only thing that's really stopping it is the job shutdown. Is the ridiculous amount of people that would be out of jobs, and probably the fact that you're a whole bunch of novelty people who really don't want to fucking give up physical copies of things. I mean, digital honestly is the more efficient way. I'm not going to sit here and lie. It'd be more efficient to have, you know, a whole bunch of digital copies of games instead of having this fucking, you know, physical copy. Because the thing about physical shit is it's easily broken or stolen. And you can go like, and you know, break everything and just wreck your shit. Like, if your house caught on a fire, everything you own is fucked. But if it's digital, yeah, your laptop's broken, but you can still get online and use the same accounts and shit. It doesn't ruin accounts. I understand. It's not. See, the thing about digital is more efficient. It's just that novelty of physical shit. And what I would prefer to happen, me personally, is if we had a mix of both. Like I had, like here's my thing. I think we should have the option to choose which we want instead of you being forced into one or the other. Because there's a lot of digital people who don't want to grab physical shit anymore. Which I don't understand how you don't want to grab any physical shit. That's just a little weird to me. But then again, I'm more of a physical kind of guy. I'm a little bit neutral. Like I'll do digital music, digital downloads for music and shit on iTunes and whatnot. And I'll watch some things on Netflix and Crunchyroll. But at the same time, I still want to buy a fucking DVD and read a fucking manga. I don't want to just do digital. I think right now we're kind of in a good middle ground. I would prefer this middle ground where we have digital, but we also have physical. I mean, fuck, Viz just went to, set up this whole reading manga online site. I think it's called VizManga.com and shit. I like that, having the option to either buy their volumes in stores or online, or read it and buy it online. Actually, that didn't make sense. Okay, buy the e-version of it online, or buy online to get a physical copy sent to your house. Yeah, they were. But, you know, these are just thoughts and opinions I've had. I think, ironically, this has been a discussion that I remember talking a while back about, like, with friends, and we never actually made a video, and I don't remember why. I think it's just because we all got distracted and shit. But this is something that needs to be known. What do you prefer, your physical or your digital? And how would you feel if everything went one way or the other? Like, me personally, if everything went physical like it used to be, it's kind of, it's fine because I'm a physical person. Like, I'm used to my physical shit, but at the same time, the internet has provided a lot of luxuries and a lot of ways to, you know, get your shit, and it's actually better that way. And when it comes to digital, if everything went digital, it would kind of annoy me because I like my novelties. I like the fact that I can hold my manga and watch my anime and play my games and read my books and whatever. I don't have to fucking sit there and turn on, like, I don't like the fact that I have to turn on the fucking computer and scroll through the fucking internet and go to every fucking streaming site or whatever site to read a book or to read a manga chapter or to fucking, like, I don't like the fact, let me put it this way. I am not a huge fan of manga stream in terms of just getting on there. If I could get a show, because I know people like, I think Kanto Kid goes and gets his manga, like, he actually get like the Shonen Jump manga because he lives in an area that they have like a Japanese store that gets the Shonen Jump. I would rather buy the Shonen Jump than read it online. Or just buy the manga volume when they all come out. I kind of do that because I'm impatient and I like the shit. But for the most, I don't even read a lot of manga online. I am more preferred to buying my shit. But as I said, what are your thoughts? Which one are you more geared towards? Are you neutral like I am? And how would you feel if it went, you know, one way or the other? I want to thank you guys for watching and, you know, discussing your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. As always, if you like this video, thank you. If you want to favorite it because you liked it that much, oh wow, thank you. And if you like me and what I do and things that I say and shit, you can subscribe whichever where the fucking button for the subscription is, because there's so many different layouts. I mean, it used to be over here, and then it fucking changed colors and went over here, and if you're in Cosmic Panda, it's down here. Fuck it, you subscribe. But anyways, this has been the Insane Game Freak. Life's a game, play to win, and I will catch you all later.